and let's talk about it. Y'all might as well come on in and let's talk about it. What up, what up, what up? What up, what up, what up? Get in here, hit that like button. I'll give y'all a second to get in here. So, I'm on my phone, so that should tell you that we had technical difficulties at the studio this morning, which is commonplace. It's commonplace. I got some real shit to talk about. Right? What up, what up? Everybody hit the like button coming in. Hit the like button coming in. Man, I started to come see where you was. Eric Jackson. Yeah. I'm good. Everybody hit that like button coming in here. Everybody hit that like button. Listen, as is commonplace for the Voice of Reason. I mean, not the Voice of Reason, the ZoWhat Morning Show. I promote Black-owned businesses at the beginning of each of these sit-downs. You already know what it is. Go support Russell Herbals. Oh, let me do this. I've been calling people, talking to people, emailing people. Please forgive me for the delay on the He Is Risen. I'm just going to put it out there. I just finished school, and school is the thing that has slowed me down with my packages. So please forgive me. I apologize. Yeah, I apologize for, the delay. It's just that, man, that schoolwork has been crazy. So we finally finished it. So I'm good on that. Everybody hit the like button, 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 hit the like button. So, hey man, I'm working. Everybody hit that like button, hit the share button. We're going to do that. Don't forget Total Package Energy. Go get Total Package Energy right now. Support Total Package Energy right now. If you do C4, if you do Monster, if you do any of these things, energy drinks, energy supplements, anything of that nature, go do C4. Go do, not C4, Total Package Energy. Total Package Energy is a Black-owned business. The Black-owned business is located in the Bay Area, Oakland, right? Total Package Energy, TPE. Tell them Zoe Williams sent you. Also, I got a masterclass coming. It's called the Relationship ER Masterclass. We had videos and everything for the promo set up today to play on the show, but because technical difficulties went down, that's what happened. The Relationship ER with Zoe Williams. When I tell you this thing is going to be incredible, it's over 2 days, August 3rd and 4th. It's over a 2-day period. You should sign up now. Moderators, any moderators have the link to the masterclass? Everybody should sign up to my masterclass right now. If you guys remember, the Come to Mises masterclass was fire. Who was in the Come to Mises masterclass? Anybody remember the Come to Mises masterclass? That was a couple of years ago. It was a fire masterclass. All right. So again, please sign up. I think Attila Phillips just put the link in the chat. Register for the relationship ER now. How did this? Mr. OCPR. Boy. Anyway, y'all can get rid of Mr. OCPR. Y'all can block him. Get him up out of here. Yep. Assalamu alaikum. Anyway, yeah. That's about to crack. That's about to go down right now. The relationship ER. All right. Y'all sign up, sign up, sign up. Like I said, you remember how I did the last one? The last one that I did, what's up, my brother? The last one that I did, that was the come to Mises. I had the Babalao, I had the therapist. I had a lot of people that came on to share some powerful information. I think I had Mayumi McKinley. I had Dr. Alan Berger. This is about 2 years ago. It was a really, really powerful masterclass. So I'm telling you, this is my first masterclass in 2 years. So now's the time to sign up. The relationship ER, the emergency room, the relationship ER masterclass, August 3rd through the 4th. I think that is a Saturday and Sunday. Sign up now. Book your space. Space is limited. Sign up now. And what we got this time around, where this differs from last time, we're doing it in a studio. I've got this big LED screen behind me where I can pull up, different pieces of content to inform. I've got a different batch of clinicians that will be involved for day 2. Day 1 is just going to be me, you and I, and it's going to be amazing. Y'all got to sign up. The relationship ER. Please spam the link. Everybody should sign up. Get everybody involved. It's going to be amazing. Now, I said Total Package Energy. I said Russell Herbals for your cleanse. I said the relationship ER. I said Total Package Energy. All right. I've promoted enough. So let me get to these current events really quickly to get you guys ready on this ZoWhat morning show, this impromptu ZoWhat morning show. So Harvard just came out with a paper basically saying extraterrestrials live amongst us. They look just like us, blah, 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 blah. I believe that's real. And I believe it's always been real. I believe the Honorable Elijah Muhammad could very well classify as an alien. I don't really think it's shocking. I believe it. I believe it. A man with a 3rd grade education builds the most powerful nation of black men in post-slavery America. 3rd grade education, wasn't the most articulate in the world, but look at the fruit that fell from his tree. Look at the fruit that fell from his tree. Malcolm, Farrakhan, and I'm just talking about in terms of how did he mold those guys? Those guys were, and many, many others. It's not just them, but many, many others. Who's Johann? It's insane to believe that an ever-expanding universe is inhibited solely by us. Exactly. In my opinion. So Harvard basically said aliens live amongst us and have been for a long time. Well, your scripture said that. Your scriptures have said that. And remember this about your scriptures. Your scriptures are, so just look at them as rewrites. You know how we will watch a movie, and if you're old enough, you'll remember, you go, oh, this is a remake. That movie came out before. Or you'll remember different scenes in new movies that have been lifted from older movies, like scenarios or, phrasing or terminology. You'll be like, oh, that came from there, right? If that's your first time experiencing it, you see it as one original piece. But if you've seen a lot of things and a lot of movies and you've lived a lot of life, you could see where even quote unquote new interpretations of things usually have some type of interpolation of something older in it. So again, every time you look at your holy book, the newer it is, the more remixed it is, in my opinion. When you start going back older, you start to see, yeah, a lot of these ancient scriptures, right, mentioned extraterrestrials, or what would be deemed as an extraterrestrial. Ezekiel saw the wheel in the sky. Ezekiel wouldn't use modern day terminology like extraterrestrial. He just said, I saw a wheel in the sky. Why? Because the wheel at that time was probably the iPhone of technology for people back then. So you have to process that as well. So I don't think it's far-fetched, and I think sometimes some of the more extraordinary human beings that we encounter might have some different kind of DNA, right? Might have a different type of DNA, in my opinion. I mean, look at the African on the continent. They said the African's DNA is more diversified than any other human being on planet Earth. An African from South America is South Africa is as different as from an African in North America, North Africa. I ruined that whole little statement, just basically trying to say the diversification of the African DNA strand is incredible. It's crazy, the amount of diversity in that particular gene. So I'm sure something else might be in it. So that was one of the stories I wanted to cover. So we did the Harvard alien piece. It's a lot of people in here. Say what's up, y'all. It's a lot. Hey, I got a topic lined up. Well, I don't really have it lined up. I think Attila got it lined up. She sent it to me, but I'm going to develop it for the Voice of Reason tonight. I had a few topics. Oh, the United States, basically 18 to 26, mandatory draft for men. Is something on the way? Potentially. Possibly. Something might be on the way. Zoe looking like a hip-hop version of Dr. Phil Valentine. Okay, thank you. That's my uncle, Phil Valentine. I love Dr. Phil Valentine. That's my brother. Yeah, but that's on the way. What else is going on? Yeah, I had a bunch of stories I was going to talk about. Let me get to some real shit. So, the topic that we're going to cover tonight is about mental health. Is it men's mental health, Attila? Grand Elevation Zoe in chat. What up? We ain't got to talk about Tank Davis. We know what he is. He's a monster. Right? Creating safe spaces for men. Right? Okay. Yeah. And men's mental health. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. I'm trying to do this diplomatically. If I should do it at all. But I want to talk about something so bad. New dawn arises. I want to talk about something and somebody so bad. I really want to talk about it. Thank you. New dawn arises. You're special too. When you told me I'm a reflection of my partner, I looked deep into that mirror of me in her and fixed and healed myself. Man, much respect. Yeah, because what I don't like, I don't like slights. I don't like people constantly taking digs and jabs and people constantly being snarky and having little fucked up things to say, especially about people that, you know, at some point in time they claim to care about. You know what I'm saying? And I just think constantly saying little things and then trying to, it's that old throw the rock and hide your hand, right? And, we did this on the Voice of Reason a little while ago, and I keep trying to tell you guys to be aware of it. Like, narcissists, and I'm not saying the person is a narcissist, but narcissistic tendencies, they have a tendency to write things in a certain way, to frame it up as, I'm not talking about you, but really I am, right? It's almost like a sleight of hand when the way things are written or how things are written. Um, and, what's bothering me is if God gave you Anthony and Anthony makes you happy, then be humble. Be at peace that God gave you a good thing, right? God gave you something good. Be at peace. Be humble. That God allowed that to come back into your life. Or let Anthony come back into your life. Because Anthony technically precedes me. Do you understand? So if Anthony was able to come back after me, then allow that. Be thankful that, that's what's happening. Be thankful that you was able to find each other again. Don't use this as, oh, I didn't get my voice. I didn't get to speak the way I wanted to speak. I didn't get to talk the way I wanted to talk. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Just be happy that you got something better than what you had. Right? Just be happy. And I'm not going to go too much further than that. But I can. Oh, I could, and I was going to. I was going to put all these text messages and all these posts up just to show you the craziness, all of the weird ass emails from a stalker. Oh, my 400 emails now still coming in. 400 emails from a stalker. Nobody owns the email address, but the person who claims to be of a different race saying eerily similar shit to things that have gone on in my interaction with another person. Like, So you acting like you somebody else, and this person shows up after I stop communicating to you. So when I stopped communicating on March 25th of this year, I stopped answering your calls, stopped answering text messages, stopped responding and replying. I all of a sudden start getting a weird, strange stalker email every day after the show. I mean, after damn near 90% of every show, Voice of Reason, I'm getting an email. Was that show about me? And was this or that? And do. Hey Zoe, da da da. I'm like, okay, all right. And I've been saying, like, leave me be. If you're happy, cool. Enjoy what you got. But I guarantee you, if that man knew, right, after taking you out on New Year's Eve, that 5 days later, on the 4th, you would be calling me after not talking to me for 3 weeks. You would be calling me talking about, would you be happy if I came to see you? I'm sure Anthony wouldn't like that. Would you be happy if I came to see you? And that was still breadcrumbing. You understand? Because you had no intention of coming. Then a month later, you say, you know what? I can't come visit you on the weekends anymore. Of course not, because that man is there. Anthony is now where I was. Right? Oh, I can't come visit you on the weekend, but I can take a day off and come to see you during the week. And I would always say, why would you do that if you got somebody? Why would you do that if you got somebody? I said, ain't no man who's in love with you gonna allow you to get on a plane and go visit your ex. Ain't no man gonna allow you to do that. You understand? No man's gonna allow you to do that. The girl told me out her mouth, I'm conflicted. Then on my birthday is the 23rd of May. I know you wanted to reach out, but you didn't, and which is cool. I wasn't tripping. I didn't have no expectations that you should or shouldn't. But you post on your page the day after my birthday, talking about I broke up with this dude and it's because he lied to me. And I acknowledge that I lied to you in the beginning of our relationship. But what you didn't say was you forgave me. What you didn't say was you took me back. And what you didn't say was we were working to build it, to fix it. That's what you didn't say. And then you also floated and implied, this is why I'm responding to all of this. You also floated and implied that I was somehow aggressive. And I'm like, this is that shit where motherfuckers be trying to diddy you and trying to ruin your career and trying to make you out to be something that you're not. I have never put my hands on you. I have never called you a bitch. I ain't never did nothing like that to you before. So for this person to go write this whole shit the day after my birthday on her Instagram stories, I broke up with him and strange fire, all this spiritual narcissism. Strange fire is just a religious term that means not of God. As broken, as spiritually impoverished as all of us are, nobody is in the position to say somebody is strange fire. Everybody is strange fire on planet Earth. Everybody is strange fire. Ain't nobody, free. Oh yeah. Oh, so there's so much strange fire around our relationship. He was getting readings, trying to find out if I was cheating. I I am initiated into Ifa. I am a child of Eshu Oshun. Ifa, we get readings every week. We get readings every week. And I know a whole bunch of readers, people who do readings that are considered credible. Some of them are, some of them aren't. But here's the hypocrisy of it all. Like, you get readings. You went to an Ifa Babalao and got a reading on me, and the Babalao told you to stay. But you Christian. And you have this spiritual narcissism where you look down on it, but at the same time practice it, which was my initial reason for calling the person out. I was like, look, this is not evil. This is African spirituality. We should embrace it. We shouldn't run away from it. You understand? What up, everybody? Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Listen. Let me just say this. Let me just say this. My new master class is coming. The relationship ER. The relationship ER. You guys should sign up to that master class. It's going to be amazing. Got to start doing background checks, family history, medical history, and drug tests before we hire folk to be our significant. I mean, it ain't even that. Listen, you know, we had an amazing roundtable here this weekend. We had maybe four clinicians in the building. Right? We had maybe 4 clinicians in the building. And it was such a rich conversation. We were just talking about generational curses. We were talking about unrequited wounds, childhood PTSD. You know, we were talking about a lot of things, and a lot of people got a lot of value from it. What I don't like is the "I'm doing better than you" devaluation after the relationship is over. The implication of that, right? And if you notice, on my Instagram, I posted something from Krishnamurti that says, the greater the outward show, the deeper the inward spiritual poverty, right? And it's like, okay, you're doing good. Maybe you found somebody that was a fit. And on top of that, justified in being frustrated with me, because as I said before, this is what I don't like, man. As I said before, if a man owns up, that's why we're going to do this topic tonight on KBLA. One of the clinicians that we had at the round table spoke on this too. If a man owns up to the shit that he did to break down the relationship, women have all types of circles of support and love. Just like the brother clinician who said this at the round table, he said, if a woman abuses her kids or neglects her kids, he says the court system and the people around, once they get into the history and the context of what happened, will show empathy towards the mother. Well, she's a single mother. She didn't have education. She didn't have family support. She didn't have this. She didn't have that. And then that will create a narrative that says oh, this all happened because of that. And so we need to be lenient with her. They said, now, under the same circumstances, if a man did any of those things, he's going to be judged very, very harshly and to the letter of the law. It's just how they deal with men and women. And I think a lot of times that happens in intimate relationships too. If a man is man enough to apologize for hurting you, to apologize for making a bad choice, for making a bad decision, which is something that I did in my last situation, right? And that's back, hey, I apologize. You're right. I did this. And it took me too long to A, tell you, and to B, resolve it. So there's 2 infractions. By the time I told you what I needed to tell you in the beginning, too much time, a lot of time had passed. And then by the time I resolve the situation after telling you, even more time has passed. So number 1, you're more than justified in feeling the way you feel and moving on and doing what you got to do. But what's not cool is holding on, planting seeds of, no, I'm still here. I got your back. I'm supporting you. We're together. We've come too far to turn back. All of that, right? All of that stuff. To me, I just thought that was, unfair. If you feel like you want to move on, you just move on. You just say you're going to move on. Don't monkey branch the situation. Don't hold on until you secure the other source. And I think that was my initial issue back in the day. But what I don't like now is the constant posting and devaluation. You got to understand something. In the spiritual context of everything, suffering is the elevator for consciousness. You go through pain to reach gain, right? That's just how it works. If you read the works of Paramahansa Yogananda, if you read the works of Krishna, and I'm talking about Krishna in the Hindu sense from the Bhagavad Gita, if you read the works of Buddha, if you read anybody's work on anything, they talk about adversity and pain being an escalator for conscious growth. And yeah, what that should mean in the context of intimate relationships is real simple. And I think anybody could take this lesson. The context of intimate relationship, sure, somebody in your relationship hurts you, makes you feel a certain type of way. You feel you need to leave. You leave, but then you understand what we went through was a lesson, which is simultaneously a blessing, which means you show humility and respect to the person that hurt you because ultimately they were the conduit for your growth. Right? And if you outgrew them, if you outgrew the relationship, if you grew into another situationship, and that situationship is better for you, then you should then be thankful for the situation that hurt you, that reorganized your belief system, that up-leveled your thought process by putting you through adversity. Nah, we got motherfuckers who constantly want to talk shit. Oh, people are trying to weaponize their podcast to keep up beef between black men and women. That ain't me. I've never weaponized my podcast to keep up beef between black men and women. I've never done it. Now, I have episodes where people come on that have opposing views. I have episodes where people, men and women, have come on and shared their thoughts, and those thoughts may not have been congruent, but I've never, it is a mistake to confuse me with somebody that's out here trying to keep up the rift that exists between black men and women, it's too difficult for that to be real for me to recognize that anyway. It's too hard for me to see that when in fact people are reaching out to me from all over the world saying, hey man, you helped our marriage. Hey man, you helped my relationship. Hey man, I've been watching you since I was in college. I'm married now. You helped my marriage. Hey man, your book did this. Hey brother, your book did that. Do you get what I'm saying? I have the receipts for over 25 years that says I have been of service. But because our relationship went the way of the dodo, you think it's appropriate to insinuate some type of abuse, which I think is manipulative, right? Some type of psychological abuse, which I think is manipulative. Like, and you'll post that publicly. Like, first off, has anybody ever heard of PMDD? PMDD is like this severe form of fucking PMS. The sister I was with had PMDD, or has PMDD. Allegedly, maybe, yes. Anyway, she went off on me one day. Last year sometime, 2023. Went off. Top of her lungs, went off like on some lichen werewolf type shit, yelling on the phone, going crazy, just going off, allegedly, right? Just going off on me. I was like, you ain't never talked to me like that in the history of our relationship. I get off the phone with her. She sends me a video of PMDD. No, she didn't call me and say, Zo, I suffer from PMDD. No. She sent a video. And I was like, what the fuck is this? So I look at the video and it explains PMDD, severe symptoms of mood swings, physical, bodily shit that go on, all this, all this wild shit that happens to your personality. Sent me that. And then later when we talked, she was basically saying, oh, well, I self-medicate through herbs and holistic practices and whatever to regulate my nervous system so I can relax. It usually happens a week before, a week before the cycle. But yet, when you write something about me, you infer that I'm somehow abusive. I didn't like that. Right? I didn't like that. And that's manipulative. First off, trying to hold somebody accountable for what they do and don't say is not abusive. If you say, I'm gonna come see you and you never come, and I say, well, what happened? And then you hem and ha, and I hold you accountable to it, that's not abusive, right? Hey, right? That's not abusive to hold someone accountable. Now, holding someone accountable is not the same as trying to force them to say something, right? That's not the same. If you're trying to force somebody to talk, first off, you crazy. If you're trying to force them to talk, right? And then secondarily, you're not going to get anywhere using force. Period. Right? Because even if they capitulate and start talking to you, there's going to be resentment, there's going to be frustration, there's going to be anger, and there might even be deceit. So if I come to you and say, hey, stand on what you said you were going to do, that's not abuse. That's not aggressive, right? And then be adult enough to realize when you cross certain boundaries and thresholds that, from your perspective, allow toxicity to come into the relationship, that now, that's in the environment and people will begin to reciprocate that. Like, once you set a precedent, oh, I'm gonna disrespect you, the other person is going, oh, now I can disrespect them at this level. Depending on their level of consciousness, depending on how they've evolved. Once you disrespect your partner, it's almost an instantaneous coupon for them to respond in kind. And this is where self-discipline, this is where your own practice of healing and advancement comes into play. But the moment you show them something, they go, oh, this is the type of game that we're playing now, right? So, again, I just think it's highly hypocritical and narcissistic, spiritual narcissism, to tell somebody else you need to heal. Even in this conversation, I'm not saying go somewhere and heal. I'm saying this is what I observed. This is what I saw. This is what I experienced. I'm not saying I'm better than you because I experienced this. I'm saying this is what I saw, and this is how I interpret my experience with the situation. Now, once what was posted about me was put up on the page, I simply went into the DM and said, I hope this makes you feel seen. I hope this makes you feel heard. And I don't remember the rest of it, but it was very short and succinct. I hope this makes you feel seen. I hope this makes you feel heard, blah, 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 blah. I have been highly apologetic for any of the difficulties that I have ever brought to her life. I apologize for everything. So, at some point I had to cut her off, because you don't get to move on, try to move me into a secondary position. Oh, you're my friend now, and I want to talk to you about your business, and I want to talk to you about this and that. You don't get to move me into that position and still be able to hold on while you move forward with your new relationship. You don't get to do that. And I was like, no. So at some point, this is what I start doing. Because I think in her mind, Fat Meat and Greasy, he loved me, he not going nowhere. And I can continue to do this, right? I just stop answering text messages and I just stop answering calls. And the final text message I got was very simple. It said, this is going to be the last time I reach out to you. It was March 25th this year. This is going to be the last time I reach out to you. I truly wish you the best, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember. I truly wish you the best, blah, blah, blah. That was like at 7 in the morning. She's on the East Coast. In the South, that's like 10 a.m. there. I get the text message. I don't respond because I'm not responding to you mode. Because you don't get to tap in and access me when you want to, because that's what you're used to over the last 5 years, from 19 to 24. You don't get to just tap in and get what you want whenever you want. You don't. So then later in the day, which is around 5 p.m. her time, 2:30 or something my time, she hits me again and says, just know, if you ever need me, I'll be here. I didn't respond to that either. I didn't respond to that either. So now there's no communication. Nothing is being posted except little slide dish shit that she posts or whatever. And this was an issue when she was in a relationship with me anyway, because she would always reach out and be like, yo, this is about us. This topic is about us. You're talking about us on your show. You're mentioning this about us on your show. And I had to tell her, I said, you think it's about us, but it really isn't. I'm doing a radio show about relationships. I'm on every day. So there are going to be topics that intersect with our experience, but I'm not sitting down contemplating and thinking about you and I when I develop a topic. I'm not doing that. It's not what's happening, right? I develop a topic, and then even as I'm doing the topic, I may say something that may very well be something about us. But here's the key. No one knows that it's about us but you, right? There might be a little piece in there that might be in direct alignment with something you and I have experienced. That's why I say sometimes these topics intersect our experience. And even if I give it as an example, nobody knows that that example is you. Nobody knows that example is me. So we had these issues before. So posting little shit, talking about people weaponizing. And when I say the narcissistic writing pattern, once I started studying psychology and studying the narcissistic writing pattern, oh, this girl got it down to a science. People are using their podcast against friends, family, and then at the end, exes. First off, you know good and goddamn well you're not talking about people using a podcast against friends, families, and co-workers. You're only talking about exes because that's the message you want to convey. Narcissistic writing is very slick, where it'll try to throw you off by adding all this other content, when in fact what is wanting to be said is you're using your podcast to throw shade on me. But you can't say that directly because then you'll look like you're butthurt. See, narcissists are masters of protecting the mask. They're masters of it. So I can't put myself out there and look like I give a damn, because if I look like I give a damn, now I'm playing the role of codependent, which in fact, that's what a narcissist is. They're codependent on what? Supply. And what is the supply? What is the supply of a narcissist? Does anybody know? Attention, that's a good one. What's the other word? There's another word out there. Everybody's saying attention. Okay, I'm gonna give you that, attention, but there's another word. It's an A word. What's the other word, guys? Acceptance, there's another word. Attila knows this word. Affection, not apathy. No. What does the narcissist feed off of, guys? What do they need? And some of these words are actually right. Acceptance, affection, acknowledgement, attention, approval. All of these are right answers. admiration. All of these are right answers. That's why I'm worried about the brother Anthony, because if he don't know PMDD, a dismissive avoidant attachment style, PMDD with a dismissive avoidant attachment style, and a lot of people get dismissive avoidance or avoidance in general mixed up with narcissists. There's some differences, even though there are some overlapping. And just because there's some overlapping doesn't necessarily mean that there's a prevalence of a particular type of characteristic. You got to have a prevalence of multiple characteristics in order to be considered someone with MPD. So that is not the assumption here that this person is narcissistic, but there are some narcissistic tendencies that are present, right? Some high-level narcissistic tendencies that are present, but this is the most subtle version of it because it's the covert version. It's the the covert narcissist. It is the vulnerable narcissist. It's the narcissist that comes across as empathetic. It's the narcissist that comes across as caring, right? That's a covert narcissist. But that's why I be saying, like, leave motherfuckers alone, right? If God gave you what you needed, leave motherfuckers alone. Stop talking. Stop posting shit. Stop, poking the bear. Stop with that shit. And now a motherfucker can't say that, oh, I didn't post that about you. Yeah, you did. Day after my birthday. 9 whole slides on your stories was about me. And it's like, why recontextualize and revisit that shit when God gave you what you say you wanted? And if you happy, clearly you thinking about me because it's the day after my birthday. I didn't reach out to her on her birthday because I was making a clear delineation. I was saying, you don't get access anymore. You want to hold on. You want to stay friends while you transition into this other source of narcissistic supply, in my opinion. But you still want to hold on. I'm not going to allow you to do that. And I even told her, I said, you're going to have to learn how to put on your big girl panties, because at some point you're going to have to walk away from me entirely, completely. I told her that. Nah, she want to try to hold on to both situations. And I was like, that's just, you can't do that. I said, if he's any kind of man, because I know how I am, I'm not going to want to hang on. First off, I'm not going to want to be in a number 2 position after being in the number 1 position. So I'm not that. And if he's now in the number 1 position, he's not going to allow the former number 1 to take the number 2 position and be okay with that. He's not going to do that. And I was explaining to her, like, do you see the light at the end of the tunnel? This is not going to sustain itself. Whatever kind of friendship you're trying to cultivate while transitioning over, right? Even before her birthday, on Valentine's Day, she texts me at 10 at night or 11 at night. 10 or 11 at night. I'm on the damn radio. She texts me, I pray all is well with you. Should have just spelled it Prey. Why would you text me on Valentine's Day night? You're on the East Coast. Southeast. We already know what's happening on Valentine's Day night at 10 p.m. Y'all either leaving dinner on your way back to the hotel or at the crib getting the mix down on. But you're texting me as I'm getting off work or as I'm going to work. I pray all is well. Should have spelled it P-R-E-Y. And then when narcissists don't respond to text messages. Please understand this. And I'm not saying that the person is a narcissist. I'm saying these were narcissistic and abusive behaviors. But yet, when you write something about me, you insinuate that I was abusive. Now, you can say psychologically abusive, emotionally abusive, but these are emotional abuse tactics. So after I get off radio, I see I got a text at 7 p.m., which is 10 p.m. on the East Coast on Valentine's Day night. I text back and say, I'm processing. Right? Do you know that fool don't respond to that text message for 2-3 weeks? And then when they finally respond, it's like, what? What did I do? What? And that's when I'm saying, you don't give a fuck. You don't see this as narcissistic behavior. You don't see yourself as a villain in any way, shape, or form. You don't. And most narcissists are unaware. So in my spirit, I just said, I'm just never going to respond again. I'm just never going to do that again. Because before it was, I can call him anytime. He going to answer the phone. I can call him at 3 a.m. He going to answer the phone. I can call him at 12 at night. I would just pick up. And then I was like, no, I'm not doing that shit no more. And now your mask is on with another person. And I pray to God that this is a better fit for you. Because if you playing with that man the way you play with me, let me tell you something, not everybody gonna be cool. That's why we got to do this, how black men deal with mental health shit. That's how we got to do this. That's why we have to do this show tonight, because black men don't have a space to vent, or there's no brother circles for black men to say, you know, this woman took advantage of me emotionally, psychologically. This woman tried to break me down. She tried to devalue me based on my humanity. What? Yeah, I'm a human being. I'm flawed. I make mistakes. I owned my mistake. But even after owning my mistake, the mistake that I made was used to further devalue me, demonize me, discredit me, right? And I think that that's important. I think that's an important conversation to have. I think oftentimes when women get what they want, they aggrandize those men that they get what they want from as better than the man who didn't give them what they wanted, or who gave them discomfort, or who gave them upset, or who gave them heartbreak. But again, the way the universe is set up, it is an economical universe that actually extrapolates meaning out of every experience. Do you understand what I'm saying? So nothing is wasted. Even the bad things that happen to you, ultimately, once you shift your perspective and you grow up a little bit, ultimately happen for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Does any of this make sense? I haven't been paying attention to the chat, so I don't know who's saying what. I don't know what's being said. I don't know. But in no way, shape, or form am I perfect. I've made mistakes. I apologize for my mistakes. I've made amends for my mistakes. I've had behavior change for my mistakes. You know, I've done everything. My thing is, you know, l- just let it go and be happy with the gift that you have. If God gave you a gift of happiness, I'm telling you, the mindset should be a mindset of gratitude. Right? Anyway, listen. It's a lot of people in here. Can everybody hit the like button? Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Do me a favor. This is the show today, ZoWhat. It's just that our tech in the other studio, you know, the tech was bad today, so we wasn't able to get on. But listen, everybody hit that like button. Everybody hit that like button. Also, my new master class, and it's going to deal with attachment styles, and but more importantly, it's going to go even deeper than that. More importantly, it's going to go even deeper than that. It's a 2-day master class. I got a relationship master class called Relationship ER, hosted by me, Zoe Williams. The link is in the chat right now. Everybody click on the link and sign up right now. It's August 3rd through the 4th. August 3rd through the 4th. We're going to have special guest clinicians on this. We're going to have a lot of folks participating on this. It's going to be good. And I want you guys to understand, like, when I say it's going to be good, it's going to be good, good. Unc must have realized the word started with the E or something. I don't know what that means, J Cash. But yes, I want everybody to support and sign up to my relationship masterclass. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be fire. Support, support, support big time. Don't forget to support Russell Herbals. I'm packaging up orders right now. Don't forget to go to russellherbals.com. Don't forget to go to totalpackageenergy.com. We got a lot lined up for you. And like I said, man, attitude of gratitude. If God give you something that's better than what you've been through, listen. If God gives you something that's better than what you've been through, show an attitude of gratitude. Show an attitude of gratitude. Right? Be thankful. Be grateful. You asked for an A word, but never said what it was. It's an A word that narcissists seek: approval, acknowledgement. What was the fucking word? Narcissists are always after this supply. I done forgot. I done moved on. I done transitioned from it. But it's going to come to me in a second. Affirmation. It's not affirmation, no. But it is that word, actually, in a lot of ways. Acknowledgement, approval, affirmation. What is the worthiness wound that anxious preoccupieds are always looking for? Is it acceptance? What is it? Anxious, preoccupied, always want what? The word just escapes me right now. I'm old. It happens. Validation. Validation wound sound. That's the word. It's not a word. It's a damn V word. It's validation. God damn it. That's the word. Yes, attention is right. And all those other words that we use were right too. Affirmation, attention, acceptance, approval, acknowledgement, all that. But the word is actually validation. That's the word. That is the word. So don't forget to tap in tonight. KBLA, Talk 1580. Whoever gave the $10 today, we appreciate it. My Cash App is $ZoWhat Netter. You can always share. You can always tap in with me. You can always share. But I'm going to say this. Stop talking. I got notes. I got shit laid the fuck out. Stop talking. I'm trying to be as cordial and as respectful as I possibly can. So you need an energy shot? No, I'm good. I'm good. All right. So, yes, tonight, 7 to 9 p.m. Attila, let's get on this topic. Let's make it work. I mean, damn, now that I even think about it, motherfuckers even attacked Attila. Fake pages, going to Attila's page, taking pictures of Attila, commenting underneath her post, talking about this is Zoe Williams' sneaky link. This is Zoe Williams' sneaky link. Commenting under Attila's posts. Yeah. When I tell you, I got at least, I would say 200 emails from some strange person who says, yo, I've known you since 2014 and I've been following you and blah, blah, blah. And throughout each and every one of those emails, there's something that relates to this relationship, this past relationship of mine. I don't want to go no contact, but I will. I don't want to. Who would say that to somebody that they don't know? This is a person who I deem as I don't know you from Adam. But you fronting like an entirely different person in this email. I don't want to go no contact. Why would that be said? So you know what I do? I go get a reading. Because that's what people who are in Ifa do. That's what people who are not afraid of their African spirituality do. They do Dafa. Dafa. Let's find out what's going on. Let's do the divination. And I got the divination done twice on the emails. The same reading came back twice. You know what it said? It's not her, but it is directed by her. And it makes sense. Somebody in her position at her job, if any of this shit were to come back, she would be fired. If I could authenticate that her hands was exactly on any of this shit, I can say, hey, whoop-de-whoop, this is what this person in this department has been doing as it pertains to me. So some proxy person, I go look up the email. The email doesn't belong to anybody. And all of this stuff started happening after I stopped talking to somebody. And now you head over heels with a brother, but he don't know when you and him are together. In the early part of it, you was telling me you wanted to come visit. Oh, I'm open to seeing you. I'm open to coming to visit. I'm live on the radio. Listen to this narcissist. How would you like it if I came to see you? Not, hey, I miss you and I'd like to come see you after 5 years of dealing with you. How would you like it if I came to see you? Only to promptly say, oh, I can't come because there's a storm. All a fucking facade. Always been a game. Stonewalling, gaslighting, omission, all types of fuck shit. And all justified because my initial start of the relationship, I started us off on the wrong foot. I lied. So anything that happened after that is a justification for anything I received. I guess disrespect begets disrespect. Okay. Even if it was a few years later, 2023 was the worst year of my life because I'm supporting and holding and cheering and trying to empower and improve and pour into and at the same time moving away. She's moving away. Distance, acting like she got a man, but then say she don't have a man. Now all of a sudden she's in love with a dude right now. And according to her, they met during the holidays last year. Okay. Fine. You can have all of that. But whatever you need to tell yourself at night, right? So you can go to sleep, so you can feel like you did the right thing, then fine. But you weren't truthful during the process of when we broke up. You weren't truthful during the process of what you said and how you moved and how you behaved. You weren't truthful. Just because you gave bits and pieces of the truth doesn't mean you're a truth teller. If you're omitting, you're lying. If you're gaslighting, you're manipulating. If you're stonewalling, you're manipulating. I don't give a fuck what your attachment style is. If your attachment style is to manipulate, that makes you a manipulator. And it's just that simple. And if I call you out on it, that doesn't mean I'm being abusive or aggressive. If I'm trying to hold you accountable for what you said you would do, for how you said you would show up, that doesn't make a man aggressive or abusive. And I wouldn't have said another motherfucking thing about nothing had a motherfucker not posted about the birthday and all this other stuff. Nothing. You understand? Where are those super chats? Where are the cash apps? Nobody's supporting today's show. Oh, you think because I'm not in the studio, you ain't got to support? That ain't right. Y'all go to the super chat. There's a $sign down at the bottom of the chat. Please support. Please support. Multiple posts. Yeah. And I was told, no matter if you see me in your chat room or not, I was told directly, no matter if you see me in your chat room or not, I'm always watching. That's why you can post. People are weaponizing their podcasts and people are doing that. That's why you can post those kind of things. Because you're here watching. Does the brother Ant know that you on some neurodivergent shit? Neurodiverse. Does he know that? Hell, he might be neurodiverse. Well, y'all tap in tonight. It's gonna be fire. Thank you, Tommy. Who is this? Tommy Hooks. We got 2 super chats, and I guess they both from Tommy Hooks. Are they? Who was the other super chat from? And like I said, the last time I did a video like this, I took it down. I took the video down. Y'all remember the last video I did like this? I took it down. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember? I took it down. You know why I took it down? Because we were still talking at that time. She called. We talked for 7 hours straight. She called from a blocked number because I had her number blocked. She called from a blocked number. We talked for 7 hours straight. And ultimately, she comes to the realization, well, I said, what the fuck do you want me to do? What do you want? Do you want me to take the video down? She was like, yes. But again, on some narcissistic, well, you know, it's up to you because, you know, you already said it. It's kind of out there. You know, I said, really, what do you want? Do you want me to take it down? Yes. That's really what you want. You want me to take it down. Don't try to act like it don't matter if I take it down or not. It's always some kind of motherfucking, it's always some kind of like, well, you know, it's cool if you do, it's cool if you don't. Always like unaffected, unbothered. Let's just be honest. You want me to take it down. So I took it down out of respect for her. I said, you know what, you're right. I'm gonna take it down. And I swear to God, this is a warning shot. This is a fucking warning shot. Stop. Just be thankful with what you got. Be thankful. Be thankful that you could be somebody's stepmom. Be thankful that you could be somebody's, you know, you can love their dog, right? You know, be thankful that you're with someone of notoriety. You know, that's what you about anyway. Be thankful that you got up leveled. Be appreciative. Have gratitude, right? You might be next. You might be engaged next. You might be the mother of child number whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Like, be thankful that you're in a better situation. Dunja Burger, what up? You know what I'm saying? Like, just be thankful, be appreciative that you're in a better situation. And understand negative situations are the elevator, the escalator to positive situations. Be thankful that God gave you something out of what you consider to be turmoil. Number one, never abused you. Never put my hands on you. Never fought you. Never had a fight with you. Yes, we argued over the phone, but whenever we were in each other's presence, it was all love. It was all good. It was a vibe. It was straight. We were cool. What pissed you off is, come to find out, after a year and a half, maybe 2 years us being in a relationship, you find out that I lied to you about if I was seeing somebody when we first got together at 19. I owned up to it. You said you were cool. You said you're not going nowhere. We said we were going to work on it. But then you kept bringing it back, rehashing it, rehashing it, rehashing it, rehashing it, rehashing it. By 2023, probably was already with somebody, because that's how you were moving, that's how you were behaving, that's how you were acting. When I bring it to your attention, you want to deflect, 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 deflect. But also in 2023, family issue, major family issue that also was weighing heavy on the heart. But shit, you come out here in August of 2023 for a day because you felt obligated because I was supportive during your family issue. You go back. We thought we had a renewed spirit, a renewed vibe because it was such a good vibe here when you came. You go back to the fuck shit you've been on. Distance, moving, doing what you got to do. I couldn't go visit you. That's because you already had some shit already going on over there where if I step back into the scene, they're going to be like, who the fuck is that? But never took accountability to say, yeah, I changed the environment. No, she flip it and try to make it about, oh, you don't get to have access to me when I don't want you to have access. But you get to call me and say, or text me while I'm on the air doing my show and say, how would you like to win a box of chocolates from Russell Stover's? How would you like for me to come there? Do you see the hypocritical, egoic, self-aggrandizement? You can't come here because I got things going on here. But how would you like to be a contestant on The Price is Right? Like, what the fuck? Pluto signs. Prayers up, Zoe. Was this a Scorpio? Absolutely not. It was a Pisces, another water sign. The motherfuckers who dupe everybody with this fake ass empathy, this fake ass performative nurturing. These are two-sided motherfuckers. Just like Gemini. Everybody wants to say Gemini is a twin and got a dark side and a light side. Pisces do too. Virgo do too. Sagittarius do too. Come on, man. It's a motherfucking Pisces. Fronting like a nurturing, caring, oh, it's so special during these times to be able to experience what I'm experiencing now with someone so amazing after, especially in light of how the world is today. Got the nerve to call other people hell raisers. And this is a hellraiser. Oh, absolutely. Petty, argumentative, competitive, combative, condescending, dismissive, all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? The mutables are twins. Every sign in the mutable is a twin. People don't know that, but that's what it is. First off, all human beings, all zodiac signs have twins, as is evidenced by one of the 12 in Jesus's disciples. You had Didymus. Didymus translates into English as Thomas. Didymus literally means twins. That's why in the book of Clarence, Thomas's twin brother was there. Right? Clarence. Everybody is a twin. But when you talk about the mutables specifically, Gemini, twin. Pisces, two fish going in two opposite directions, twin. Sagittarius, the opposite of Gemini, twin. So when you look at a Sag, first off, Sages are suspicious of new people. They don't reveal the truth of who they really are before they get to know them. They're sitting there observing their inner. But then when Sag is around friends and family, people they already know and vet, them motherfuckers is comedy. Pisces do the same thing. Virgo the same way. Virgo gives you the analytical, veneer. But then once you get past their defenses and their obstacle course, then you meet the real Virgo. And they funny and gregarious and passionate. But shit, they could be stoic than a motherfucker in the beginning. These are twins. The mutables are twins. So I'm just saying, I don't understand what else I can do to stop being demonized by somebody who's supposed to be happy. I apologized for my mistakes. I even said where my mistakes came from. I said, you know what? I lied out of fear of losing somebody. I lied. My attachment style is anxious, preoccupied. Right? No, it is on me, true. It is. I lied in the beginning because I was like, oh shit, I wasn't expecting this. Wow. Oh shit, let me go into panic mode. And then I'm trying to do right by both people because I don't want to destroy anybody. I'm not intentionally trying to hurt anybody. So I lied as a defense mechanism. And then I owned up to it. And I apologized profusely for a long time. Multiple times. Do you know that motherfucker posted that I put her through a worthiness trap? Like, she made it seem like I was on some Machiavellian pimp shit where I put her through a worthiness trap to prove that she was worthy to be with me. And I was like, no, I'm not the pimp. You got the pimp in your family. I'm not the pimp. There's a literal ex-pimp in her family. I'm not the pimp. So this is why I say, back to our topic tonight, men don't have a place to share like, hey, I was vulnerable and I was afraid and I was met with a difficult challenge, and I went back to my old broken conditioning. And that old broken conditioning caused me to lie. See, when men tell you the truth about why they do something, you want to shit on them and come from a spiritually superior place. No, God had something planned that was much better for me than what you were doing. Okay. Right? God don't like hubris. God don't like arrogance. Do you understand? That's why I say whenever God blesses you with something that is good for you, when God blesses you with something that you've been praying for, get on your knees and be thankful. Get on your knees and be humble.